Yeah, don't let the cute music fool you. This is a terrible, terrible, terrible game. Nothing has filled me with more existential dread than Harvest Moon for the Game Boy Color. Basically all it is Harvest Moon for the SNES with a more muted color palette and fewer character interactions. And all in all, it's just a very grim experience wherein you plant crops, you water them, you put them in the little pickup bin at 5 p.m., and you rinse and repeat through pretty much every season. It is incredibly, incredibly boring. I do not know how anybody could have played this. And what's worse, the internal battery has died in this cartridge. So now whenever you deposit the hammer to the little fairy folk who live in the shed, they don't give it back, they just steal it. They just take it. They're supposed to give you back a golden hammer, but because they don't know when 2 days are up, they just keep it, which all in all just contributes to this feeling of absolute nausea. It's nausea. It makes you feel a little bit sick that this is all there is, because you can't really die. You just gotta start over again and again and again in this kind of grayish, brownish, a little bit bluish world. Misery upon misery upon misery. Why am I telling you this? Because it's a Harvest Moon coming up on the 6th of this month. A little different from the usual, a little more, less cheery, shall we say. Usually the Harvest Moon is something of warmth and loving and maternal comfort and abundance and reaping what you've sowed through the year. That's when it happens in September. This is happening in October. And there are 3, shall we say, hindrances to this particular moon. 1, it is a supermoon, which means it magnifies all emotion, even the ones that you wanted to keep scrolled away in the little corners of your psyche. They are going to be illuminated in full, bright, piercing light. 2, it is rising in Aries, which is a very fiery, very forward, a very aggressive sign, which means that all these emotions will be flooding into you in one moment. They'll really be coming at you with the strength of a ram, just going right into you. 3, on October 7th, the moon and the sun and Jupiter, which is currently going into Cancer, will form what's called a T-square. If you like to think moon, sun, Jupiter, T-square. Cancer is, of course, a nice little sign for Jupiter. It is filling up your house of domesticity, family relationships, where you are at home. The moon in Aries is filling up with a sense of ego. It is really pushing those emotions forward, and it can lead to the impression that what is holding you up is holding you back. So what we're going to try and do right now is allay some of those emotions. Maybe allay isn't the word, but soothe them. Soothe them. Soothe them such that the more troubling aspects of this aspect and of this lunation won't be as much work as you might like. Okay? Now you might have noticed it's a rather dark and stormy night out there. So I'm sorry for not the room noise, the outside the room noise. But perhaps that's rather appropriate to what we're dealing with here. I want to put in the Celtic Reiki distance symbol into you right now. That's okay. It represents the yew tree. It is the Om for the yew tree, the symbol of eternity, because nothing tempers the ego like impressions of eternity, coming down in a straight line first. Ia, oh, the Celtic name for the yew tree. Ia, oh, a straight line down and 5 lines through it. Ia, oh. Oh, and while I'm doing this, make like the wheat, like the barley, like everything, all these harvest cereals, or maybe like the pumpkins if you want to see, and we're coming up to that kind of season, just do that. I want you to picture yourself growing roots from the bottom of your feet to keep you steady in this rather gusty night. Energetic roots growing down through the soil, through the silicates, through the clay, down, to join with the roots of the world tree, which is, well, it varies in many traditions. It is the larch in Siberia. It was the ash tree, Yggdrasil, to the Vikings or Germanic people. We can also picture it as the yew tree, the tree of life and death. Just intermingle your roots with the yew tree. Good. And maybe fix it on some rocks as well, some mineral rocks, a nice big chunk of quartz, the memory of the ancestors. Let it flow upward through your feet. Good. Relax your knees. Relax your hips. Your abdomen. Really get breathing from the diaphragm. And to aid in this, you might want to take a deep breath in. For the earth beneath you. And another deep breath in for the seas around you. And a final deep breath in for the stormy sky above you. The passing clouds just going over that harvest moon. Just speeding right over it. You can see it illuminated slightly behind it, yes. Feel it. Feel its energies joining with the energies of the earth. Like you were a crop just growing in the field, or maybe if you're a tall oak tree, standing alone. Good. I'm just going to balance your energy now. Balance your energy. Good. And now, just to further balance a little bit, just a little bit, sing along. Good, we're nice and grounded. Wunderbar. Don't worry what I'm doing now. It's coming in, going down, cleaning your aura a little bit now. Now you're nice and grounded. I want you to focus on maybe those hindrances that we talked about. All the stuff that maybe you kept at the corner of your room. Stuff you've hidden away in your mind. Perhaps, but not necessarily regarding your domestic situation. Coming down, cleansing you here. Just gently cleansing you here. Blowing that dust away. Blowing that dust away because they've gathered dust, over time. It's okay. I'm the worst housekeeper as well, Just focus on all those things that maybe you didn't really want to admit to yourself. That maybe you thought, this is fine, but really the house is burning down around you. It might not be that dramatic, it might be something quite fixable, in which case that's wonderful. And this healing will really help you get there, hopefully. It's all about knowing what to do with this energy. It really wants, with all this headstrong Aries business, to just inflate and charge forward blindly. But you can steer it. You just get the ram by the horns and steer it in the direction of your choosing. Just steer it in the direction of your choosing. You might resent these foundations that are holding you up for their strength. They might seem unbreakable, but they're really not. They're really not, and it's when they break that you really do come to miss them in time. So maybe rather than resenting them now, you instead come to use them. Come to use them to your advantage. Take them into yourself properly. Take them into yourself. Adapt to them. Get past the obstacles of time and short-sightedness. Learn to see the bigger picture. The bigger picture. Emotions are wonderful things. Wonderful, wonderful things. But they're not very good at seeing the bigger picture. It's ironic a little bit because the ocean is so wide and massive and emotions are very liquidy and ocean-like. But it splits itself into tiny, tiny waves that just aren't the best for getting the whole picture. But we can do something about that, yes. We can really do something about that. And two further trees for you. Sigh. 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 And I tell a lie. One tree and one creeper. Gort. 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 No, not Guardians of the Galaxy. Yada, yada, yada. Ivy and willow. Willow, the tree of the goddess, the mystic, and the fourth finger. Willow. 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 Whose enchanting powers and control over water will help allay all of these dramatic tidal forces of the coming supermoon on your being. Comes down, water ease. Let the water ease. Let the water ease around you. Maybe feel it lapping gently at your feet. It is not a tempest. It is not a storm. It's just the waves quietly lapping under the light of the full moon. Gort, restriction, binding, everything that we talked about regarding your domestic situation, the things that you might find holding you back. Gort. But also very homely in itself. Very homely. You might think of ivy growing outside little cottages, these little chocolate box houses in the countryside. And it did lend, especially I know in France, a lot of structural support. And I know because I've been watching a lot of daytime television about people restoring French chateaus. And the ivy was actually designed to be a major structural component in holding the whole places together. Of course, once the roots actually got into the actual brickwork, it was more of a hindrance. And we can use this as a sort of metaphor, if you like. Keep it around you. Keep it around you. Keep it around you. But don't let it penetrate too deep. Don't let it overcome your being. These two forces holding you together and pushing you gently forward, coming together in your spirit, coming together, just in your spirit, coming together. In your spirit, we're going to do a little more work now with a more traditional Reiki symbol just to help power these Celtic ones. I'm just going to come in and put in a Daikumio, the Reiki master symbol. The Tibetan, I should say, Reiki master symbol is much more simplified, but it's got these nice little spirals to it, and we like spirals. We like spirals respond much better to spirals. Daikumio. And another spiral in Chakra, the Reiki power symbol, just to make sure that the energy is flowing through you. Good. And while it flows, just let it go. Just let it go. I want you to visualize the harvest moon, not with trepidation. Don't look at it with trepidation. It's not like in Majora's Mask where the moon is going to fall on you or anything. It's just going to hang there and it's going to energize you, but it doesn't have to energize you negatively. Think of yourself like a crystal, because you are a crystal in a lot of respects. You're the sodium pulsing through your brain, managing all those connections between synapses. Yeah. You are a crystal in yourself, and you can be energized even by this trickier moon. Feel it moving, just coming down into your sacral now, just into your sacral. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just going to cup gently like a chalice holding water your sacral chakra and direct like this. Watery energy, willow energy, silver, medicinal, good, physic. Good, the willow tree. The willow tree, bending to the shape of the water. When the ivy, you might imagine creeping up your chakra system, just gently twirling around, not choking, but coming up to your throat and holding your neck up, holding it up in good posture, contributing to your foundations. allowing you to speak your truth, but not at the expense of good manners and holding yourself within your social, domestic circles, dicomia, and spirals, and wheels within wheels, dicomia, dicomia, dicomia. It's just a simple little treatment, allowing you to operate within your restrictions and not against them. Because at the end of the day, all restrictions are there to serve you. Wonderful, wonderful work. Wonderful work. Good. Now just sit with yourself. Let those roots flow gently. And feel that cool silver energy tempering the red fiery energy of Aries. Quietly. Wonderful. And thank you for joining me.